Football season is here, and it's time to kick off the 2013 debut of Adams Cable Channel 7 High School Football as the Susquehanna Sabres and the Western Wayne Wildcats clash in a Lackawanna Football Conference battle at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden, with the play-by-play brought to you by Adams Cable Service, Nick's Excavating and Construction Carbondale, Redden's Drug Stores of Halstead and Susquehanna, by Main Street Sunoco Carbondale, Tom's Floor Shop Main Street Childs, Beston's Body Shop and Collision Center Carbondale, Waymart Building Center, Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Homes with locations at 74 North Main Street and 2 Hospital Street Carbondale, by your Napa Auto Parts Store, Tonkin Auto Supply Carbondale, White's Crossing Sports Shop, Figlamini Drug Store Carbondale, locally owned and trusted since 1929. Your starting lineups are brought to you by Roselle Department Store, Carbondale. Let's go to the field for high school football action between the Susquehanna Sabres and the Western Wayne Wildcats. With the call of today's game, here's Nick Homick, Glenn Muskowski, and Steve Young. Guys.
It is time for the kickoff of Adams Cable High School Football 2013, and tonight we are at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex here in Varden for opening night action between the Western Wayne Wildcats and the Susquehanna Sabres. We're billing this as a preview of the future, as 2 rookie head coaches will go at it here tonight. Don McDonough for the Western Wayne Wildcats and Kyle Cook for the Susquehanna Sabres. And both teams last year were 3-7 overall. They'll come into tonight's game with high expectations, and the stage is set for today's ball game here in Varden. Now let's go to Glenn Muskowski, and he'll have a good word with both head coaches.
We're here at the Sharkey Rossetti Memorial Stadium, home of the Western Wayne Wildcats, with first-year head coach Donnie McDonough. Coach, you're graduating an enormous amount of seniors, to say the least. You're in a major rebuilding year this year. Give us an idea of your young squad and how they're progressing at this point early in the season.
I couldn't be more happy with the way my guys came out. Before I was named head coach, I had a group of sophomores and juniors that they were in the weight room. They took ownership of this team when we didn't have a head coach until the springtime. Very happy with their effort. We are young. We don't have much seniors. Figueroa and Austin Sawyer and Richard Sherman, our tight ends and defensive ends, are the only guys with any experience. Matt Witt, who's a junior, and Tyler Bergsma, they're back from last year. They're only juniors. So you're going to see a lot of young guys out here, but they're going to play like they've been doing it for a while. We've had them. I'm very happy with my coaching staff to getting these guys prepared to play.
I have one other question for you. Sometimes change is difficult, and it can be a slow process, so we all know that. What can we looking forward to as the season progresses here at Western Wayne?
Well, you're going to see a big change from what we've ever done here. I'm a quarterback at heart. I played quarterback in high school and in college, so you're going to see us putting the ball in the air a lot. And we have the receivers and skill kids to do it. Very proud of my quarterback. He has never played quarterback before. He's a very gifted athlete, and Kyle Haynes. I'm looking forward to seeing how he performs tonight.
Coach, good luck tonight and have a good season.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, guys.
Here we are with Susquehanna first-year coach Kyle Cook. Coach, you're the third coach some of these kids have had for the past 3 years. Can you tell us how the boys are reacting to your style of coaching and your philosophy?
I think they're doing okay with it. I've been with them all season last year, and then I worked at Susquehanna all winter in the weight room with the kids at Susquehanna. So they came around to me. We were in a lot of really good turnout all summer long at our summer workouts, so that really helped getting familiar with everybody. And I think they're taken to my coaching style pretty well. Me being a little younger, I can relate to them a little bit. I was out of school, 13 years ago, so I still remember some of the stuff that went on. So
I wish I could remember how long ago I was out of school. Will we see major changes, or are we going to still see a little of that veer going on?
You'll see a lot of the veer. We are running out of several different formations, a lot of triple option stuff. With Austin White at quarterback, who been in the system out last year, he worked really hard this summer, so his footwork has improved. So we expect to run a lot of the triple option.
Can you give us just a quick rundown of some of the key players you're going to rely on this year?
Offensively, Austin White at quarterback he started 8 games for us last year. He'll be a big factor in our offense. Anytime you have a veer offense, he's huge. Our backs, James Murnock, Brett Hepler, and Austin Felter, are 3 main backs. All of them have been working hard, and it's really showed me a lot this week in practice, so that should help. At wide receiver, we have C.J. Monks, who's a 3-year starter. Pretty quick kid, so hopefully we can get him open space. Defensively, Lyle Lawson on the front of the line, who at times last year really helped us. And then a linebacker, Curtis Mills, and Luis Esposito, who are both seniors that put in a lot of work this offseason and improved.
Well, I'll tell you, it looks like it's built up to be a nice game tonight, and good luck to you, and good luck to you for the rest of the season.
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're ready for the big game, but how about your car? As you travel through downtown Carbondale, look for the classic yellow, blue, and red Sunoco sign. Drive in and fill up with the fuel of choice from Main Street Sunoco and get the finest performance from your car. At Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale, prompt, courteous service is always assured. Congratulations to our local athletes and coaches for their hard work and dedication. From the staff and management of Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale.
More than anything else, beautiful carpeting installed by Tom's Floor Shop in Childs will make your house a home. Pay a visit to Tom's Floor Shop and experience the feel of deep, rich luxury, the drama of radiant color, and the timeless beauty, the comfort, and durability of carpeting from Tom's Floor Shop in Childs. Tom's Floor Shop offers a large selection of linoleum, ceramic tile, exotic hardwood floors, and window treatments with attractive patterns and a truly amazing array of colors on display in their showroom. At Tom's Floor Shop, there is no sacrifice of style, quality, or performance. All roads lead to where great floors begin. Tom's Floor Shop, Main Street in Childs.
Now back to more action with Nick, Glenn, and Steve on Adams Cable High School football.
Welcome back to the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex here in Varden. Steve Young, Glenn Muskowski, Nick Homick, producer Anthony Cook, just about set for the start of today's game. And now your starting lineups for the ball game, brought to you by Roselle Department Store in Carbondale. But first, our national anthem. And with the playing of our national anthem, we are just about set for the kickoff. And now the starting lineups for today's game, brought to you by Roselle Department Store in Carbondale, where the annual summer clearance event is now underway with savings up to 40% on all remaining summer apparel. School is back in session, and Roselle will meet the area's school dress codes with an extensive supply of uniforms for Lakeland, Carbondale area, LaSalle Academy, Holy Cross, Forest City, and Valley View. If you're planning a fall wedding, Roselle Department Store has the hottest fashion ideas in formal wear by Sarno & Son with a perfect fit every time. Roselle and Carbondale now offers fast, reliable laundry and dry cleaning services. You can depend on Roselle Department Store for unsurpassed quality, style, and value. Sam and the staff at Roselle Department Store in Carbondale are proud to present the starting lineups for today's game between Western Wayne and Susquehanna. Defensively for the Susquehanna Sabres, Christian Miller at left end, a junior at 6'1" and 218. At right end, Evan Aldrich, a 6 foot, 224-pound sophomore. Lyle Lawson at left tackle, a senior, 5'10" and 230. Josh Potter at right tackle, a 5'11", 260-pound senior. At nose guard, C.J. Mallory, 5'10", 250 and a sophomore. Curtis Mills at linebacker, a senior, 6 foot, 202. Also at linebacker, Luis Esposito, 6 foot, 176 and a junior. C.J. Monks at left corner, a senior, 5'6" and 140. Craig Stanley at the right corner, 6 foot, 170 173 and a junior. Austin White at strong safety, a junior at 6'1 and 179. Brett Hepler at free safety, a junior at 5'8 and 159. And it will be Stephen Jess to kick it off for the Susquehanna Sabres. Figueroa will pick it up at the 10-yard line. On the run, here he comes to the near side across the 20-yard line, and he is out to the 33, let's check that, the 27-yard line, and that's where the Western Wayne Wildcats will bring its offensive unit onto the football field. First down and 10. For the Wildcats offensively, brought to you by Roselle Department Store, Rich Sherman at split end, a 6', 180-pound senior. Kyle Coons at tight end, a junior, 5'11", 175. Matt Witt at left tackle, a junior, 6'1", and 255. Andrew Stuginski is at right tackle, a junior, 6'2", 255. Corey Wambacher at left guard, a senior at 5'11", 295. Tyler Bergsma returns. He's a right guard, 6', 255, and a junior. Sophomore Josh Nagel at center, 5'10", and 250, as the Wildcats will go to work from their own 27, first down and 10. As Kyle Haynes will take the snap, he drops back in the pocket, under the gun, flushed out of the pocket, turns it upfield, and then is dragged down on a great defensive play by the Susquehanna defense. Haynes will line up a quarterback. He's a junior, 6'1", 165. Steve Bluthall at fullback, 5'6", 165, and a junior. Of course, Jason Figueroa at tailback, a senior, 5'9", and 200 pounds, and Scott Walk at flanker, 5'9", 170, and a freshman. So we're underway here in Varden, Glenn.
Well, Donnie didn't wait too long to try to throw that ball.
He wasn't kidding. He came on the spread offense with an empty backfield.
So they lose a couple of yards. It is 2nd and 12 from the 25-yard line for the Wildcats. They'll go to the ground game, and Figueroa hammers up across the 30-yard line, straight up the middle behind the blocking of his offensive line.
Pickup of a good 5 yards. Good hard running by Figueroa. He's going to be their mainstay, Steve. He's got to do the job for them so these young kids can improve as game goes on.
Well, guys, Western Wayne last year was 3rd in Division II in total offense, and boy, they were putting up some big numbers offensively. I think they scored 46 points in their 3 wins last year.
Since Keller came back a few years ago, they never had trouble putting the points up. It was just the points they yielded.
They just gave
their
away
defense
a lot.
was suspect, as Haynes puts it up for grabs and passes incomplete. Could have been picked off by C.J. Monks. He had a shot at it.
Yeah, Western Wayne would get into some shootouts with some teams.
Well, last year, I mean, they did put a ton of points up on the board. They were never out of a game, really.
No, you can never count them out of any football game. And on 4th down and 7 from the 32-yard line, the Western Wayne punting unit will come on. 2 men are deep for the Susquehanna Sabres. And Coons will drop back in punt formation for Western Wayne out of the snap of Jake Nagel. Scoreless ball game with just about a couple of minutes gone by here in the first.
Almost blocked.
It was a good punt, though, as it will roll out of bounds near the Susquehanna 44-yard line, and the Sabres hold defensively, and they will bring their offensive unit onto the football field for the first time tonight and this season in great field position. First down and 10.
Something to look a lot at during the game tonight. When you have your scrimmages, a lot of times you really don't spend a lot of time on any kind of special teams. You do some punts, but really it's just to get the snap back and punt off. There's no returns set up. There's no extra points really kicked too often. You know, those types of things don't get worked on in scrimmages, and they can have a big factor in these types of games.
And the Sabres will go to work from their own 44-yard line as Austin White will hand it off to the last man through. And Murnock lowers his shoulder and drives to the 47-yard line of Susquehanna. Sabres last year were 4th in Division III in total offense. And, of course, compiled a record of 3 wins and 7 losses.
You know, the Murnock did a pretty good job last year, and then Austin White and Austin Felter, we saw a lot of them.
They saw a lot of playing time.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, we did 2 Susquehanna games last year. Now Austin White, I know, got hurt in the Lakeland game, but he was a gutty performer.
White on the option. Pitch will go back to Murnock, and Murnock turns it upfield. That was pretty good coverage by the Western Wayne Wildcats as Murnock advances the football to the midfield stripe. So a big call already for first-year head coach Kyle Cook on 3rd down and 4 from the 50 with 9:25 to play here in the first quarter. Glad to have you with us here on Adams Cable Channel 7, opening night of high school football. Gosh, Glenn Muskowski called me yesterday. He was like a kid on Christmas morning,
Let's
folks.
go.
He was happy.
Let's go.
And here we are in the booth for another season. 3rd down and 4 for Susquehanna. White with motion in the backfield. White will keep.
Good.
And White strung out on the play. He's got the first down and is decked at the 40-yard line.
Well, he cut that up perfectly into that seam, and he picked up a quick 10 yards.
That was pretty close, though, to illegal motion. It looked like the one back.
There was a
back.
lot of movement in the
did, didn't it?
backfield.
It seemed like he was almost going forward before the ball was snapped.
But that was a little misdirection type of counterplay. You know, we're very used to seeing a lot of that kind of stuff with the veer option. A lot of trickery, triple option type of things. It's all out of misdirection.
Well, as you well know, Nick, you better know where that ball is when you're on that defensive end of that field.
Oh, absolutely. If you're not reading certain keys, I mean, it can get very confusing and it can give a defense fits.
White on a toss to Murnock. Murnock dragged down as Figueroa gets him around the ankles.
Did a great job. A lot of penetration. Perfect.
Let's run down the Wildcat defense quickly. Austin Sawyer at left end, Rich Sherman at right end, Matt Witt at left tackle, Luke Bach at nose tackle, Jason Figueroa at linebacker, Tyler Bergsman at linebacker along with Steve Bluthall, Kyle Haynes at left corner, Scott Walk at right corner, Kyle Coons at strong safety, and Kyle Smith is your free safety. So it is 2nd down and 13 yards to go for Susquehanna as they lose some yardage to the 44. Just under 8 minutes to play here in the first. We are scoreless. And on the option play, White hangs on to the football. Boy, he almost lost it. How he hung on to that, I just don't know. As Figueroa comes up big defensively, and last year he had a great season. Playing defense for the Wildcats. He had 40 solo tackles and 20 assists, and here already in this ball game, he's making his presence known.
And that's a way to blow up the veer too. If you blow up any of that misdirection in the backfield and create confusion, that's a way to stop it right at its
Well,
point.
it appeared to me, Nick, that the timing was bad on that.
And it's all timing. It's all the mesh between the fullback and the quarterback, and if he's going to keep or if he's going to decide to go to the pitch man.
And the Susquehanna Sabres look down the barrel of 3rd down and 19 yards to go from midfield. White keeps. There he goes, and White lowers the shoulder and slides inside the 40-yard line of Western Wayne.
Pickup of 12 yards.
And now it seems like a very basic play, but what that is they feel the Western Wayne is getting a lot of penetration and that is stunting inside without making any reads. Those kind of plays, dives, quarterback keepers like that, can go for those 12-yard gains.
Susquehanna will not gamble as they will bring in the punting unit. Brett Hepler will drop back in punt formation at his own 47. And 2 are deep for the Western Wayne Wildcats. Kyle Haynes is the up man for, let's check that for Western Wayne. Good snap, high snap. This is a dandy punt. Figueroa might have to let this go. It's going to roll and roll and roll, and will Susquehanna get it? Yes, they will down the football near the 1-yard line.
Wow. That's why you punt it.
Yep, exactly.
If it's a touchback, you're scratching your head. Why did we punt?
Wow, that was beautiful. As the Susquehanna Sabres pin Western Wayne back at their own 2-yard line.
That's just how you draw it up, gentlemen.
Wow.
That's on page 37 of the basic football
fundamental playbook. Yeah, absolutely.
That was an outstanding punt. High, plenty of time for coverage, and it really could not come up and take that because he would have got ripped on that one.
Also right move by Figueroa not to field that inside the 10.
And Kyle Haynes will give it to the tailback. And that will be Figueroa playing it safe. Just going off right tackle and moving the football up to about the 6-yard line.
Figueroa is a hard runner, Steve. He's the kind of guy who, if he gets that initial burst, he could break one.
We are scoreless here in the first quarter with 5:45 to play in Varden. Glad you're with us on this Friday night here on high school football. As Kyle Haynes will direct traffic and come up under center. Haynes on a late handoff coming to the near side. Figueroa with running room breaks the tackle and then is dropped near the 18-yard line of the Wildcats. Good for a first down. Well, that was just some good running, got some blocking from his offensive line. You know what I'm really surprised with, guys? Usually on opening night by now, we would have probably seen 3 penalties.
Well,
these teams are well prepared for this ball game.
Well, they look like they're sharp. I'm sure there's some kinks they have to work out, and they'll go first 2 weeks to go with doing those things.
Walk in motion as Haynes will hand it off, and a workhorse Figueroa takes it off the left side and is dropped at the 19-yard line by the Susquehanna defense.
Guys, I don't know if Figueroa's getting bobbling the ball a couple times here as he's getting the exchange from the quarterback, but
it is opening. It is opening night. It may take a little while to get that timing down, but so far, both teams looking fairly sharp here in the first quarter.
Steve, we say this every time we come up here. We usually have an early game up here. Look at this field. Isn't it a beautiful complex?
Oh, without a doubt. Beautiful facility. Love to come here. Second down, 8 yards to go for Western Wayne off the play fake. Haynes on the rollout. Looking, he'll keep. And Haynes then will be decked. I don't know. Haynes was trying to make up his mind whether he wanted to turn it upfield or take the loss, and then he really paid the price near the 17-yard line.
Good pursuit by Austin White there. Never got a chance to get around the corner. Just got lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now Western Wayne will be looking at third down and about 10 yards to go as they talk it over in the huddle. Last year, Western Wayne scored a total of 296 points, but defensively they gave up 293.
Yeah, that was their Achilles heel last year.
On third down, Haynes will send Walk to the near side. Haynes back in the pocket, scrambling, looking, firing downfield, and the pass is complete. It's going to be very close to a first down.
Where it's marked.
Austin Sawyer, on the receiving end for the Western Wayne Wildcats. Boy, that is close.
Wow. Okay, Nick, you're first.
I say, no, they're giving it to him.
Yeah.
I was going to say he got it. I really wasn't, but.
Good call, Nick.
I'm 1 for 1.
Now you can retire for the season.
I plan on it.
So the Wildcats will sustain the drive with the first down as it is a scoreless ball game as we near the 3-minute mark left to play here in the first as they go to work from their own 27-yard line. Haynes will take a look at the Susquehanna defense and call out the signals. With the I formation in the backfield, and the first man through, Bluthal will take it, and there he goes, breaking tackles, tough to bring down, and then is finally dropped at the 35-yard line. 5'6", 165 pounds, and a junior. So Don McDonough, head coach of Western Wayne, mixing it up, going to Figueroa. He'll throw the football, working the fullback into the lineup. See if he can get that tight end going. Really like it, guys, when they work the tight end into the mix.
Well, if you're a tight end, that's a tough situation. More of a blocker in high school than anything.
But I like it when they do work him into the mix as Figueroa has the first down up across midfield. There he goes. He could go all the way. And there goes Jason Figueroa all the way for the touchdown.
Oh, that's a big run, gentlemen.
Yep. I think it was about 65 yards on that one for Jason Figueroa, and the Wildcats hit the scoreboard, leading 6-0.
And that's a veteran running back right there. Knew when the contact was going to come.
How about the blocking by Austin Sawyer?
Got great downfield blocking.
Yep. Yep. And
a great drive by Western Wayne. They started that on their 2-yard line.
And now Kyle Coons will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Kyle Haynes. And this kick will be no good. And with 2 minutes and 4 seconds to play here in the first, the Wildcats take an early 6-0 lead.
When your car does this, call us first.
Every job is perfect or it doesn't leave the shop. That's the motto at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale. In an accident, remember, it is your car and your choice to choose your repair center. Call Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale, well known for integrity, safety, and craftsmanship. For more information concerning your rights and the 10 things you need to know before having your car repaired, go to their website, bestonsautobody.com. Good luck to all area teams from Tony, Mike, Jeff, and the staff at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center, Gordon Avenue, Carbondale. The Waymart Building Center carries quality materials for every job, including new home construction, remodeling, or that simple weekend project. The Waymart Building Center will supply everything to make your job easy, including plumbing and electrical supplies, hardware, tools, and paint. Remember, you don't have to drive far to find building or remodeling supplies. Stop by and see Chuck at your hometown building center, the Waymart Building Center.
Back to the gridiron for more Adams Cable High School football.
Six 0 the Western Wayne Wildcats lead the Susquehanna Sabres here at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden on an outstanding run by Jason Figueroa. Good blocking on the play as he took it all the way about 65 yards for the touchdown, and the Wildcats break the ice as they get on the scoreboard, and now they'll tee it up and kick off to Susquehanna.
Well, kind of hard to say you want to put it in the air when you got a guy like that to hit the ball to. But he will open your passing game. There'll be more play actions and things like that, but he's a weapon.
They will definitely key on him, certainly. There will be teams that will not want him to break loose like he just did there, obviously.
And the Western Wayne Wildcats will tee up the football as we get set for the kickoff. This will be Scott Walk to do the honors for the Wildcats. 2 are deep for the Susquehanna Sabres. This kick is a spinner that will bounce at the 16-yard line, and it will be Hauser on the return. Hauser takes the football out across the 25-yard line. Good coverage by the Wildcats, and with just under 2 minutes remaining here in the first, Susquehanna Sabres trailing 6-0 will bring their offensive unit back out onto the field.
All right, Susquehanna's got to respond to that now.
Well, here we go. And this is what Nick and I were talking about earlier. It's a warm night here in Varden, and how long will it be before players start going down with a cramp?
And that's
just what we have.
Exactly what it is.
So, tough night. You have to stay hydrated. And even the officials, they have it also tough. They're out there up and down the field. And, boy, what a concession stand they have here at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex. They have a nice big grill. They're cooking up hot dogs, hamburgers, pizza,
chili. Did we get anybody to go and sample anything down there?
Well, I believe our producer, Anthony Cook, had one of everything.
Oh, that's right.
Well, you know what we're going to do this year, Steve? I think we're going to have Anthony rate the concession stands this year.
Yeah, we could do that. We could bring him on the air and have him rate the concession stands. Anthony actually thought that they were chancing off that barbecue grill with the food on it, but that wasn't happening, folks.
If he knew that, he'd come with the truck.
6-0 the Wildcats as the injured player is being attended to at the 30-yard line. A lot of other games going on around the area tonight, guys. Valley View at Wallenpaupack, Carbondale at Montrose, Delaware Valley at Parkland, Abington Heights, Pittston area. A full slate of games. GAR at Lakeland. That's always a classic opener.
That would be a good test for Lakeland this year. I'm sure.
And for the Susquehanna for the Western Wayne Wildcats coming off the field, a little bit gingerly. He'll have to try to watch the cramp. We'll check this out for you. I think we trying to check our roster here, guys, but Courtney Harp wearing number 27. So Susquehanna goes to work from its own 28-yard line, first down and 10. And they will go with the ground game right up the middle.
Fast-moving first quarter, guys.
Sure. Well, no penalty flags, and both teams
there's
playing
the kiss
rather.
of death.
Yeah, here we go.
Yep.
Hey, let's get it over early. Why wait?
No, it'll look like a mummers parade out here. Yeah. Yellow flag.
Oh, Nick is in rare form tonight, folks.
As everybody knows, I'm not a fan of the zebras.
Second after a 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6 for the Susquehanna Sabres as White will hand it off, and they'll keep the ball on the ground, running that option. White on the carry for the Sabres as we have just about 1 minute left to play here in first quarter action, and Western Wayne leading 6-0. Now we have the officials going over to the far sideline. I think they're trying to get a spot on the football. First down, Susquehanna. They had to actually take a good look at where the football was placed.
They're working hard today.
They sure are. And here we go with Susquehanna going to work with under a minute left in the first as they talk it over in the huddle. It will be Stephen Jess, a wide out coming to the bottom of your screen as Austin White will run the offense for the Sabres. White will keep. Found an opening. White across the 45, and White at midfield struggling for yardage and has another Sabre first down. That was a well-executed play as White picked his lane perfectly with the up-front blocking of the right side of his offensive line.
Well, I'll tell you, he's pretty quick with the ball. He hits that hole nicely, and he's upfield before you know it.
Yeah, he makes his read. He makes his decision whether he's going to pitch or whether he's going to hand it off or whether he's going to keep it. He's gone.
Susquehanna has a nice nucleus of players returning from last year when you take a look at the roster.
And a lot of numbers, too.
And the coach was excited about the numbers.
That's not easy for a rural school district.
Well, he said they have quite a few from Blue Ridge come into this year, more than they ever had.
Final 10 seconds of quarter number 1 as Brett Hepler takes the handoff and goes right up the gut of the Wildcat defense to the 43-yard line. And that will bring an end to first quarter action here at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden, with the Wildcats leading Susquehanna 7-0 on Adams Cable High School football.
Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Homes, conveniently located at 74 North Main Street and 2 Hospital Street, Carbondale, offer all types of funeral services. In your time of need, call 282-1219 for the ultimate in professional services. Lawrence A. Gabriel and Lawrence A. Gabriel Jr. take this opportunity to send best wishes to our area athletes and teams. Looking for great prices and special offers on top quality parts and accessories? You'll find them at Napa Auto Parts. Visit Tonkin Auto Supply in Carbondale for great savings while supplies last. Only at Napa. Stop in and see Glenn Garth and the staff at Tonkin Auto Supply in Carbondale, your know-how folks.
Napa know-how. Napa know-how. Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
Now back to more action with Nick, Glenn, and Steve on Adams Cable High School football.
On a late summer evening here in August at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden. Welcome back to high school football here on Channel 7 as the Wildcats have a 6-0 lead over the Susquehanna Sabres, and what a beautiful night it is for high school football. And gosh, we can update you with this fine piece of modern technology handed to me by producer Anthony Cook. First quarter, Old Forge trailing Lake Lehman 7-6. Dunmore leading North Pocono 7-0. Valley West over Dallas 7-0 in the first. Abington Heights, Pittston area scoreless in the first. Myers and Holy Cross scoreless in the first. GAR on top of Lakeland by 7-6 in the first quarter. West and Riverside are scoreless in the first quarter. Mid-Valley 14, Hanover nothing in the first. And Carbondale Montrose scoreless first quarter. Trail over Nanticoke 14-7. And we'll update you a little bit later with more high school football scores. A lot of movement on the line, and that's just what we talked about. Pretty much a flawless ball game till we kick off quarter number 2.
That's the type of thing that'll drive a coach nuts. An interior defensive lineman jumping off sides.
Yeah, just right after a timeout.
Sure. Right over the ball.
Here's the call.
Oh, wow, they call on Susquehanna.
Wow, against the Sabres.
That had to be a real tight flinch.
So that will give the Wildcats a big opportunity here to pick up the first down, short yardage, as it will be second and about a yard to go.
That's a real early test for Old Forge in that Lake Lehman game, guys. Lake Lehman's supposed to be much improved.
The Old Forge looks awful good, though.
Is it at Lake Lehman? In the new black field that they have?
I don't know.
Sabres go to work, and they will keep the football on the ground and go right up the middle. Not too much happening. Third down and a long 6 yards to go from the Wildcat 45-yard line. Western Wayne leading 6-0 on a touchdown run by none other than Jason Figueroa. And in the opening moments here of quarter number 2, Susquehanna, facing third down, will step to the line of scrimmage. And here is Austin White to set them down. White to throw. He's got time, looking. Now the rush is on, and White is in trouble and decked on the play. Oh, baby, Rich Sherman, the right defensive end of the Western Wayne Wildcats, was all over Austin White. He had some time, but all of his receivers were covered. He could not unload the football and takes the sack.
And he's very lucky he didn't fumble that football.
Yeah, he had that. That was up for grabs there. He just probably held it just too long.
Yeah, and
you gotta throw that one away.
Yeah, or just live to fight another play. You're not really way back in your own territory here, obviously.
Now Susquehanna will be forced to bring the punting unit onto the field. And we're going to have a timeout call by the Wildcats with 10:37 to play in the first half. And Western Wayne leading Susquehanna 6-0 here on Adams Cable High School Football.
The White's Crossing Sports Shop, Canaan Street in Carbondale, is the leading authority for the outdoors in northeastern Pennsylvania. They carry a full line of archery accessories, hunting and reloading supplies, live bait, and a variety of fishing tackle. The White's Crossing Sports Shop is open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until 1 p.m. Call 282-4699 or log on to their website at whitescrossing.com. Finding that unique seasonal outdoor item has never been easier with help from Tom and the staff at the White's Crossing Sports Shop.
Back to the gridiron for more Adams Cable High School football.
Don McDonough called a timeout to talk things over with his Western Wayne Wildcats as Jason Figueroa and, of course, Scott Walk will drop back, awaiting the punt from the Susquehanna Sabres as the Wildcats hold a 6-0 advantage over the Susquehanna Sabres. And in punt formation, Susquehanna will get set to boot it away. Looks like Brett Hepler will do the honors. And here's his kick. That's a pretty good kick with some hang time as it gets a Wildcat bounce and then is downed at the 23-yard line.
And guys, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Cook told Hepler to just punt that away from Figueroa.
Well, that would be the smart thing to do.
Especially with only one returner back.
Sure.
Why give him an opportunity to
Well, I never could understand why you wouldn't do that. Right?
Absolutely. Especially
really?
when you have one returner back. Why would you punt it right to him?
Whatever happened to what they used to call a coffin corner?
Nope.
I mean,
he did it in the first quarter.
That's
for sure.
Really, just boot it into the coffin corner. That's it. First down and 10 from the 23-yard line for the Wildcats of Western Wayne. Nice fake by Haynes. Haynes rolling, throws, and this ball was almost intercepted.
Hell, that's that tough throw, rolling left, throwing right.
Sawyer was the intended receiver, and Haynes just got too much on it.
You hit the nail right on the head there, Glenn. That's a hard throw for a professional to make. But the thing about that is they faked the pitch to Figueroa, and all the defense reacted to him. And he had two open receivers.
Those receivers, they were open. He was just off balance
set your feet, throw it.
Just went a little high, a lot high.
Haynes goes to work for the Wildcats on second down and 10. The give is to Figueroa. Across the line of scrimmage, and then Figueroa keeps the feet pumping and drives to the 40-yard line. If you don't hit him low and knock him, the pins out from under him, he's going to pick up a lot of yardage.
Well, I will say this. He did bobble that ball again, didn't he?
What he's doing is he's switching it to the outside arm, which is correct, but he's doing it close to the line of scrimmage. You don't know what's coming right there. You just get a guy who just, gets a shot on you, and that ball can come squirting out.
Wildcats with a new set of downs from their own 40 as Haynes drops back. Now scrambles, looks, buying some time, and turns it upfield. There's a good block, and that's going to be a penalty.
And they should call that too.
I believe it was Steve Bluthall with the block, but that's a little block in the back, and this is going to
be official.
Yeah, he couldn't miss that back.
The Zebras had no choice to call that.
That was an easy one.
That's a gimme.
As the officials will talk things over near the 40. There's your call.
But it was close to a late hit out of bounds here, too.
Oh, yes, it was.
Haynes took a shot right in the chops. But he seems to be okay. Well, Coach McDonough did touch on the Haynes. Never played quarterback before. Just some nerves here in the first quarter, but he's doing a good job.
Yeah, doing a real good job. Running the offense.
The play prior to that one, he really had all that defensive team from Susquehanna off balance, and he had a perfect fake, and they just had a bad toss. That was it.
And those things will come.
Football is marked on the Wildcat 29-yard lines. First down and 21 yards to go for the Cats. As Haynes will step up under center and survey the Sabre defense. Haynes in the pocket. Nice screen pass there to Figueroa. Figueroa with flag on the play, spins across the 35-yard line.
Now we got a flag on, for some reason, number 11. It appears to be. I don't see anybody from Western Wayne in that area.
Couldn't see it being a face mask. On who?
Western Wayne.
Blocking the back again.
There was nobody out there.
I didn't see anybody there.
Gentlemen.
Wow.
Easy, Nick. Right. Easy, buddy.
I am multitasking up here, but I really didn't see anybody else.
I didn't either, to be honest with you.
And nothing, not as blatant as the previous one.
Let's go to the video replay. This will move the football back to the 22-yard line of Western Wayne.
Well, the good news is Western Wayne doesn't have to pick up all this yardage that they lost in one shot. It's still first down.
First down and about 29 yards to go.
Mile.
Yeah.
I think they're halfway to Lake Ariel.
Yeah.
Well, closer to Carbondale, I think.
So the Wildcats will talk it over in the huddle, leading 6-0 with exactly 9 minutes left to play here in the first half.
Watch to get this play off, guys.
Haynes with the play clock down to 1. No, they're not going to get it away. The play clock is down to, there it is. There's the flags. Wow.
Who opened their mouth about no penalties in the first quarter?
Sorry, guys.
3 plays in a row.
Well, that's it, guys. I'll see you. I'm going. I'm done.
Something. that might be. I don't think there's any excuse for that. If you can't see those play clocks,
they're all by themselves.
Yeah, there's no reason for that.
Timeout here by Western Wayne, and a smart move. Get your team settled down. Make sure everybody's on the same page and run something that you do well.
We'll take a quick break with Western Wayne leading Susquehanna 6-0 on Adams Cable High School Football.
Here's great news from Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale that can save you money and make shopping for your prescriptions more convenient. Figlamini now has an $8.95 generic drug plan and free local delivery. Figlamini offers diabetic shoes, lift chairs, and home health supplies. That's what sets Figlamini apart from the chains. Locally owned and trusted since 1929. Stop in and see the difference for yourself at Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale, where you're not just a number, you're family.
The action continues from the 50-yard line with Nick, Glenn, and Steve on Channel 7 High School Football.
Western Wayne Wildcats took a timeout to talk things over as they are going the wrong way. A lot of penalties on this drive. They are looking at first down and 34 yards to go from their own 17-yard line. And now Kyle Haynes will step up under center with an I formation in the backfield. And here is Figueroa taking the football, and Figueroa around the left side, and Figueroa may get it all as he takes it out to about the 45-yard line.
And no flags.
What a run by Jason Figueroa.
But a good call there by Coach McDonough. Something you do well coming out of the timeout. Get your troops settled down.
One thing about Coach McDonough, everything is positive when you talk to him.
He's a very enthusiastic guy, and you'll love to see it. Not that you rarely meet a coach saying, "Oh, we stink" or this and that, but no, good enthusiasm. Before the game, they had the younger football teams out there, the ABs and Cs, and the cheerleaders come out on the field, and what a thrill that is for them on a Friday night.
2nd down and 4 for the Wildcats from the 46-yard line. Haynes dumps it off near side. Kyle Coons flags on the play.
This could be an ineligible man downfield. They started blocking before the ball arrived.
Yeah, let's let the officials sort this out as play is stopped with just under 8 minutes.
Holding.
Or a hold. I think they need to put another, whatever they put into flags to weight them down. I think he needs to update whatever's in there. He wired that thing like he was Roy Halladay on the mound. And it only went about 5 feet.
Yeah, let's check where the spot of the football will be as the officials will sort things out near the 44. There's the call.
Wow.
Holding.
Wow, that is 40 yards of penalties in less than 5 minutes.
Well, both teams were really moving along at a rapid pace, and then suddenly the penalty bug hit both teams, and now we'll get set for the Western Wayne Wildcats to go back to work on 2nd down and 14. The give is to Figueroa across the midfield stripe, and Figueroa is spun out of bounds near the 35-yard line.
It's a first down.
Boy, is he explosive. I mean, he has really picked it up here in the second quarter.
Do we have like a running tally on? He's got to be over 150 yards. Already.
Well, he had 87 in the first. He has 26, 27. That makes it 53 and 15.
He's got to have 80 yards on his drive because everything he gets, they can get a penalty for 40 yards, and he picks it right back up for them.
Western Wayne will go to work from its own 35-yard line. And Haynes will fire the pass downfield, and it's a fumble, loose ball. I believe the Wildcat player was there. The official says incomplete at the 29-yard line.
But that's a good delivery by Haynes.
Yeah, it was a perfect pass. No reason to drop that one.
Andrew Stein was the intended receiver, 5'9", 195-pound senior for the Western Wayne Wildcats.
Now, guys, I don't know if Figueroa is just a little gassed here. They're giving him a break to make sure he doesn't start cramping up, but he's over here with his helmet off on the sideline.
Yeah, he needs to. He's a
he
needs a little bit.
He's been a workhorse thus far in the ball game with the Wildcats up 6-0. As Kyle Coons will be a wideout on the top of your screen. And it will be Haynes to throw, dancing around, looking for time. He's under the gun, and he'll take the sack.
Now, he's got to get rid of it.
Back to the 45-yard line.
Nobody's open. Just eat it.
Well, I'll bet by the next game, head coach Don McDonough will have that corrected. He will definitely sit down with Kyle Haynes and work the details out. When you're underneath it, when you're under the gun, no one is open, throw it away. That just comes with experience.
You know, all this running up and down the field that Western Wayne is doing, they only have 4 first downs for this game.
Well, the most important part, they have the lead, but
they're picking. Figueroa's picking everything up in big chunks, but they're just imploding here.
They're down in 24 Western Wayne, toss to Figueroa at the 40, 35, and Figueroa is down at the 32-yard line of Susquehanna.
You had a feeling they were going to come back to that screen because it did work well before. They just got the holding penalty on it. But again, they just picked up a nice chunk of yardage there again.
Well, I think the Western Wayne Wildcats are pretty confident in their offense right here, and they will gamble. They'll roll the dice on 4th down and 7 from the Susquehanna 32. Kyle Haynes came to the near sideline to get the play from head coach Don McDonough.
I'd watched that sweep they had the big run on before to the left side. Here it comes. Here comes the crackback.
And here's Haynes. He's in trouble, and Haynes is decked. Play is blown dead as Haynes went down, and Susquehanna will take over. That was just a good job defensively by the Susquehanna Sabres.
Well, again, he's got to get rid of the ball.
Christian Miller, Evan Aldrich, and company on the pursuit defensively, and with 5:26 to play here in the first half, and the Wildcats leading 6-0. Susquehanna has the football offensively at its own 40-yard line.
Susquehanna needs to put together a nice drive. They have plenty of time, first of all, and full complement of timeouts. But if they put together, they have a short field here. If you can come away with some points on the board and go into the halftime either with the lead or a tie, that's a big victory in itself.
It would be a plus for Susquehanna if they did get the lead or at least be tied going in, because Western Wayne had the ball for the majority of this half.
Good point. Susquehanna also gets the ball in the second half to start.
Austin White with Felter in motion. White rolling out. He's in trouble and will be downed on the play. We'll check the spot of the football. I think he might have lost about a yard or two. He was under a lot of pressure from that Western Wayne defense. And on 2nd down and about 12 yards to go, Susquehanna will talk it over in the huddle. I'd like to say hello to all of our listeners and viewers up in Susquehanna. Great to have you with us tonight. They love their Susquehanna Sabre football up in Susquehanna. Of course, they had so many great years under the legendary head coach, Dick Bagnall. And now a changing of the guard as Kyle Cook takes over for head coach John Salinkas. White will take the snap out of the shotgun. He'll keep. And White goes down in a heap after he goes up across the 42-yard line.
The type of formation you're seeing a lot in the NFL now with Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, well, those guys start doing that stuff in the pros. Before you know it, they'll be in wheelchairs. Well, when is the quarterback from Washington going to play? Is he going to play?
He says week 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, he got banged pretty good last year.
Yeah, but he's a heck of an athlete.
Oh, he is.
Sure is. 3rd down and 9, and let's find out what. Do we have an official timeout here?
No, the clock is still running. I don't know if they're waiting for it to go down. He called timeout 1 second. Are we staying here, Steve, or are we?
Yeah, we'll stay here.
Hey, that little birdie told me that somebody hit another hole-in-one. That scuttlebutt on the street is.
Yeah.
On the same hole.
Am I correct? With the same witness.
With the same witness in the same club.
Okay, pardon me, but something's rotten in Denmark. Is it like a free car or a steak dinner or
Hey,
something?
Glenn, same ball?
No, that first one was put in the drawer. It's none of two of them are in the drawer.
Let me ask you a question. Was that hole shut down for a couple of years? And what's going on
Steve,
here?
if you hit the ball on the green enough times, one of them or two of them have to find that hole eventually. My problem is I don't hit the green that often.
How about that, folks? Glenn Muskowski gets his second hole-in-one. Who was the witness?
Jack Karate.
Yeah, Jack Karate. How about that?
I didn't know the sinkholes were coming to Pennsylvania.
Nick, Jack Karate witnessed 4 hole-in-ones this year.
He has to be the luckiest man alive.
There you go. Wow. He doesn't have one, but he doesn't have one himself. No. Nah, Jack's a great golfer, and I'll tell you what, he happened to be there. It was the day before our 3-day tournament, our memorial, and if I got it during the memorial, it would have been big bucks.
Very lucrative.
I might have lost my amateur status on that.
Well, congratulations nonetheless, Glenn.
Yeah, really. Jack, keep an eye on this guy, too.
Now, if we come on the air next year and there's a third hole-in-one, there's an investigation to be launched.
3rd down and 9 for Susquehanna. Loose football as the Sabres will pick it up, but this play will go nowhere as the Wildcats are all over it. Led defensively by a host.
And that was Murnock.
Of defenders. Murnock, good ball player.
Coach, I have to say, me and Steve had that worked out. We were just waiting for the right time.
Yeah.
Hey, you can say all you want. It went in the hole. I don't care.
You know, Nick, we're going to have to go out with Glenn when he's golfing and actually check this out.
Play behind him.
Yeah.
Listen, you're more than welcome.
Oh, I love opening night. 6-0 the Wildcats. Sabres in punt formation. Hepler drops back at his own 25. Got a good snap.
Oh, that's a beauty, too.
Ooh, that's a perfect punt. And Figueroa from his own 23. And Figueroa on a short return. Good special teams play by the Susquehanna Sabres.
They had good coverage at Figueroa at that time.
Well, his punts let them have good coverage because he has great hang time. The ball turns over. You had to have a certain conditioning, or you couldn't wear full pads.
Whatever they do, it's always about safety. You know that.
Well, it was about the heat and getting used to the heat and carrying around all the gear.
1st down and 10, the Wildcats from the 29. That pass is batted down by an offensive lineman of Susquehanna. And Susquehanna with pretty good defensive coverage that time.
Susquehanna's defense has been playing well with the exception of maybe 2 big runs.
Looks like John Haynes got a hand up on that one to bat it away. Cats will face 2nd down and 10 from the 29-yard line.
Yeah, Figueroa is over here by the kicking net on his back, and they are stretching him out, so we can hopefully just assume that it is a cramp.
Yeah, Wildcats will play it safe and go with the running game, off right tackle. And little or no gain on the play as we near the 2.5 minute mark left to play in the first half. Glad you're with us here for Friday night high school football, the season opener between the Wildcats and the Sabres. And we have another player down for the Western Wayne Wildcats. Looks like Matt Witt, left tackle of the Western Wayne offensive unit.
Trainer's going to get her own workout.
Wow. Gosh, most games anymore in high school football are on Friday night, and I'm not even sure. There's one game tomorrow. Wyoming area and Scranton Prep, at Scranton Prep. Now let's check this number. That was Andrew Slaginski, and he will come off the field under his own power, and he will have a seat on the sideline. So this is where depth is so important for football teams. And the Wildcats will go back to the huddle and talk about the third down play. 3rd down and 10 from their own 28. Scott Walk, wide out at the bottom of your screen as Kyle Haynes will set them down at the line of scrimmage. Haynes off the play fake, in trouble, dancing around, scrambling, throws it out to the 30-yard line, and not much there. On the receiving end for the Western Wayne Wildcats was Andrew Stein, but he was belted immediately at the 30-yard line.
Susquehanna's going to call the timeout here, rightfully so.
Yeah, you know, the passing there actually probably hurt Western Wayne because of the fact of the field position, and that gives Susquehanna an opportunity to mount somewhat of a drive.
And we'll go to a quick timeout with the Wildcats up 6-0 here on Adams Cable High School Football.
Looking for ways to save money today? The Total Home Packages from Adams Cable Service are a great way to do just that. Starting at $69.99 per month, you can get cable, high-speed internet, and unlimited phone service. You're probably paying that much just for one service right now. Call Adams Cable Service today and ask about the Total Home Packages. Cable, internet, and phone starting at only $69.99 per month. Adams Cable Service has a package to meet your needs, and it's the smartest way to save money. Call Adams today.
Now back to more action with Nick, Glenn, and Steve on Adams Cable High School Football.
Following the timeout, Wildcats lead it 6-0, and they will go to work with the punting unit coming out onto the football field on 4th down and 9 from their own 31-yard line. And here's Kyle Coons from his 18. And he'll get this away. Good punt. Susquehanna will let it bounce, and it will be picked up at the 40. And then, wow, C.J. Monks was belted.
No place to go that time, CJ.
Steve Bluthall, one of the defenders, dishing out some punishment. And Susquehanna has the football with $1:35 on the clock here in the first half, trailing 6-0. They'll go to work from their own 40-yard line, 1st down and 10. So here's an opportunity, guys, for Susquehanna to possibly make a run and get some points on the scoreboard.
There's plenty of time. Just got to be efficient with what you do.
As the Sabres come up to the line of scrimmage, Monks is a wideout at the top of your screen. Austin White with a little bit of time. White puts on the brakes and, eludes a tackler, tries to turn it upfield, and then loses a couple of yards on the play. Good pursuit by the Western Wayne Wildcats.
You know, the receiver was open early. He just never got him the ball unless it was a decoy over there. But geez, if he was open, he should have hit him, because I think he would have at least the 1st down in that play.
Dakota Sawyer was one of the men who put the pressure on him. He is a 5'10", 190-pound sophomore. 2nd down and 12 after a 2-yard loss from the 38-yard line of the Sabres. Here's White sending a man in motion. White. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, and White will, it looked like he was going to throw it away, and that pass was almost caught by Monks in double coverage. And that will stop the clock with 39 seconds to play here in the first half. Now the lights are on, the sun is set, cooling off a little bit, but boy, what a gorgeous night. As we head into Labor Day weekend, glad you're with us here for high school football on Channel 7. Susquehanna Sabres will talk it over. Monks will check out of the lineup. Stephen Jess checks in for the Sabres. And on 3rd down and 12, White with 2 seconds on the play clock has to move quickly. White firing underneath the coverage, complete at the 45-yard line for a 1st down.
Clock will stop to reset the chains.
Look like Austin Felter on the reception for the Susquehanna Sabres, and they're on the move with 31 seconds to play in the half.
If White has time, he does have a nice arm.
He sure does. He will split Craig Stanley on the top of your screen as White will just spike the football to stop the clock.
And one timeout and still in their possession.
Well, 27 seconds. You can do quite a bit with it, but you have to be in and out of that huddle in a hurry.
Yeah, you really have to be efficient when you're running the offense.
And at this time of the year, you wonder if I'm sure they've gone over it, but
how much 2-minute drill are you really working on?
You know, you've only been out there for 3 or 4 weeks, not about 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, and for the most part, you're still installing your entire offense.
Felter in motion, White back in the pocket, throws, and this pass, I believe, is intercepted.
Incomplete.
Well, it was almost picked off by Andrew Stein in the secondary of the Wildcats.
Guys, that concession stand, the fumes are coming this way.
You know, I didn't have anything before I went on the air, but boy, I'm hungry now.
Oh, so he talked about us, how we were eating and he wasn't, and now all of a sudden he's a little hungry.
Hey,
poor judgment, Steve, on that one.
Yes, sometimes I use poor judgment. I have a cell phone here. I could call down there for a takeout. Cindy,
two from
Cindy, the
one.
athletic director, gave me her number, and she said, if you need anything, give me a call. So
takeout, 2 from column 1, 1 from column 2.
Yes. 3rd down and 10 for the Sabres. White dancing around. Oh, White throws on the run, out of bounds, incomplete, and the clock will stop with 13 seconds to play. They have great food, pizza from the Waymart Hotel, cooking up the hot dogs, great menu.
Something about that Waymart Hotel pizza.
Yeah.
Every time you get it, it's good.
And how about the crowd we have here tonight for the opener?
I mean, it's a perfect scenario for Western Wayne and the new program to get things going. Look at this crowd. It's unbelievable.
And on 4th down and 10, the Susquehanna Sabres will bring their punting unit onto the field. And this will be Hepler kicking it away, and no one is back deep. This football will roll and be down at about the 5-yard line. So with just about 4.5 seconds to play in the first half, Western Wayne will have the football. All they have to do is line up, take a knee, and head into the locker room and enjoy the 6-0 lead, go over the second half strategy with head coach Don McDonough. And for head coach Kyle Cook, he has to really be pleased with the play of his team thus far.
Yeah.
We kind of had a feeling, Glenn, we talked about this yesterday on the phone, that this could turn out to be a good football game, and thus far, that's what we had. As the Wildcats, from their own 5-yard line, will have the tight offensive set. And it will be Kyle Haynes to take a knee. And that will bring us to halftime here at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden.